Hi, this Morris. I'm going to solve this quadratic function. So it is already solved already. Is in vertex form. So we just have to read out the information. So the vertex here would be -4 because it's +4, and then 8, +8. And then number 1, we calculate for x-intercept. Number 2, x-intercept when f of x is 0. So we'll have f of x equal -2 x plus 4 squared plus 8. F of x is 0, -2 x plus 4 squared plus 8. We subtract 8 from both sides, so we'll have 8 equal -2 x plus 4 squared. We divide both sides by -2. We'll have 4 equal x plus 4 x squared. We take root of both sides. We would have plus or minus 2, because root of 4 is 2, equal x plus 4. Now we are going to have solve for x. X is going to be equal -4 plus or minus 2. So x1 is going to be -4 plus 2, that is -2. Then x2 is going to be -4, -2 is going to be -6. So we have two intercepts of x. Now we solve for y-intercept, which is 3. Y-intercept by letting x equal 0. We write down our f of x. F of x equal -2 with x equal 0. So you will have x 0 there, plus 4 squared plus 8. You would have -2 times 16 plus 8. So -32 plus 8. So f of x is -24. So that's f of x. So that's our y-intercept, where our graph will cross the x-axis. Now, number 4 is to calculate line of symmetry. Line of symmetry is given by letting inside of vertex form equal 0 and then calculate for x. X plus 4 equal 0. Therefore, x is -4. So our line of symmetry is -4. Is always equal to the value of p. Now we got all the information, so we have to graph it. So we graph our graph. First, we put in our line of symmetry, which is -4. -4 about somewhere here, approximately. So x is -4, line of symmetry. The next we put in vertex. So our vertex is given by -4 and 8. So let's say 8 is somewhere here, approximately, because you have 0 here. So 1 going up, so you have 8 here and 4. So it's -4 and 8. That's the bottom of our vertex. And then the next information we are going to put in is intercept. 2 x-intercept is -2 and -6. So we have 2 points there. Now we can drop, and then the last info we put in is -24, which is down somewhere here, -24, because it starts from 0, -1, -24. Then we grow in our parabola until going to cross there at negative 24. That's y-intercept. So our parabola up and down. So we say here the information we have: parabola open, down. When our maximum is positive 8, our maximum is 8, positive 8. Our range is y is less than positive 8, because our graph up and down. Then the domain is all x real number. It's all real number. All real number of x. Because you could see from here, these are value of x, and our parabola is up and down. So our parabola up and down because we have negative 8, which is negative 2. So basically that what it is. So we are done with that. So let's solve another problem. Another problem we are going to solve: y is x squared plus 8x plus 16. This one we have to transform it into vertex form by isolating x squared, this part. So let's isolate that. X squared plus 8x. We use bracket to isolate it from 16. Then we complete square by dividing coefficient of x by 2, will give us 4, and we square that. It's 16. We add it here and subtract it there. So we are going to add 16 here and subtract 16 there. Next is to complete. Next step is to complete our square. So we are going to have x 16, so we'll have 4 squared plus 16 minus 16 is 0. That means q is 0. So finally we will have x plus 4 squared. Now we read out our vertex 1. Vertex is given by negative 4, positive there, negative, q is 0. Then we solve for x-intercept. 2 x-intercept by letting y equal 0. Take our equation, this one. So we have y equal x plus 4 squared. Y equals 0. We would have x plus 4 squared. Take root of both sides. Root of 0 is 0. We have x plus 4. Our x here is negative 4. We have only one x-intercept. Our next is to calculate y-intercept. By letting x equals 0. Then we write our equation. Y is x squared plus 8x plus 6. You could see y-intercept is 16. 0 is square. 8 times 0 is 0 plus 16. Our y is 16. Y-intercept. Last one is line of symmetry. given by letting inside of vertex form equal 0 plus 4. When we solve it, x is -4. Always line of symmetry is the same as value of f. Now we graph. First we put in our line of symmetry. Y-axis, x-axis, negative y-axis, negative x-axis. Our line of symmetry is 4, but here, -4. Then we put in our vertex, -4 and 0. 4 and 0, that's our vertex. Then we put in our y-intercept, 1 up to 16 somewhere here. Now we have all information, so we graph. Our graph will close there and here. It opened up. So it was simple. If we are asked to find out some information, we know that our graph doesn't have maximum, they have minimum because it opened up. So parabola opens up. Range is y is greater or equal to 0. From 0 above, that's the range. Domain is all, our parabola is going up with all the value of x, so it's all real number. All real number of x. So basically that's what it is. We have solved 2 problems here. I would solve more problems so that you get comfortable with vertex form.